Welcome to the crypt. Today we're going to be sinking our teeth into the demo for Tendryll. Now this is a tactical combat roguelike deck builder. As you can see, the demo is going to be limited to 2 heroes and it ends at the completion of Act 1. Now this is just the demo at the moment. There will be early access released sometime in 2023. And the current state of the early access does currently have up to 3 acts that you can play through, with a whole bunch of other things added as well. We'll run through that later on maybe. But for now, let's just start a new game, jump straight into it. We can choose 2 of our heroes. Obviously the third one here is locked behind the demo. So our first one here is Dragoon, 50 HP by the looks of it, a close combat knockback specialist who excels at being the front line of defense. And then we have the Mystic, which has 40 health and harnesses the natural elements to cast on enemies from afar. So this is going to be a grid-based tactical combat game, so knockback and being able to hide or get defense bonuses from barriers or any sort of defensive obstructions or barricades on the field is actually going to be important with this. Alright, so we'll go through the tutorial really quickly. Playing cards, defeat enemies by playing cards from each character's hand. It's very typical of any deck builder. Cards require energy to be played. Once you're out of energy, you can end your turn. So each character has their own energy pool and their own cards that they can use. Alright, intents. So enemies show their next action and the target of that action. Melee enemies attack the hero nearest to them. Hovering a hero shows you the enemy intents currently targeting it. So if you hovered over Dragoon as displayed here, then the enemy's intents to attack for 6 is shown. Okay, movement. Enemies and certain objects impede movement. Each hero always draws 1 movement card. So there are basically combat cards and movement cards that you will be drawing. Okay, these are the card properties. So we have selection, which is going to show the card's target selection rules, such as the unit versus ground. Okay, so we have a type, unit, team, enemy, and we also have a range over here showing the card's minimum and maximum range. Mana cost at the top left, like most deck builders again. It's going to be very reminiscent of a lot of the other deck builders you're familiar with. Nice and clear instructions on the actual card there. So let's carry on here. We do have our barriers here. So the barriers absorb ranged attacks when they're between the attacker and the target. The enemy's intent shows a broken ranged attack, which we can see here. Attack when a barrier is preventing it from hitting its target. So yeah, broken attack there, they'll see that. It's going to protect the Dragoon character. Alright, let's get into it then. Passage begins, significant judgment. We have a couple options here. Uncommon card, Dragoon chooses 1 new uncommon card. Then we've got the same for the Mystic. And then max health, both heroes gain +4 max health. I might actually just take the max health. It benefits both of them. So what do we have here? We have combat, reward 1 additional card to choose from, or heal chosen hero. I guess we're going to be taking the combat. Battle start. Okay, so we can hover over and see that both the enemies are going to be attacking Dragoon. Dragoon is going to essentially act as our tank anyway. Now, what we could potentially do, we do have these cards on the bottom left. These are for Dragoon, and then the ones on the right are for Mystic. So what do we have here? We've got Stride, which is move the target to the target tile. We have Clout, which is going to do 6 damage. And then we also have a Lunging Thump, deal 8 damage and 1 knockback. Okay, so that could be quite important later on. What does the Mystic have? Move the target to the target tile, gain 4 block, and also deal 5 damage. Alright, so, okay, I think we may want to move over to here, potentially. Just trying to see, thankfully it highlights the squares here as to who's going to actually be able to attack us, or where we're gaining some sort of protection. I think maybe we move over to here? Oh, sorry, these are obstructed squares. Sorry about that. Obstructed squares. So, if we move here, we can then see that, okay, the range attack will be broken. I do believe we're still going to get hit with the melee. But I think we move up to here. And then our Mystic. What can we do with our Mystic? Can we hit anything from here? Right, let's attack for 5 and gain 4 block as well. Now, we could have probably taken out one of these guys. I want to see if their intentions change at all. I don't think they will. So the block we used on the Mystic was probably pointless. Let's have a look at what are these. These are our hands that we can draw. Okay. Alright, let's end turn and just see how this plays out. Blocked there, but we did get hit by the melee attack. So we could potentially do 6 damage here. Okay, what is this? Spark. Deal 4 damage, apply flash to one random card in any hand. Deals 5 damage to a random enemy when card is played. Okay. Let's do our lightning strike. We'll get rid of you. Use our spark on the ranger over here if we could. No, apparently we cannot get to that point. Okay. You are going to attack them, so can we potentially block that attack? Okay, we can't seem to block it like that. So that's a bit of a shame. If we go here, we do break the attack. So let's step maybe behind here. We definitely cannot reach for that. So let's end our turn and see how we go. Okay, so they can actually destroy these barriers by the looks of it. Oh, yeah, I see. Okay, so even this lantern took that 1 damage before. So they can destroy the barriers. That's good to know. Guess we just move on up. Do our 6 damage here. Gain block. We'll step up closer with our Mystic. Hopefully we can deal our spark and then a block as well. There we go. So we can either get 15 gold or choose a card. I think we go for the card. Right, so this is the reward for Dragoon. Volcanic Lance, deal 13 damage, apply smoke to one random card in user's hand. Has a range of 2. It's a directional type of attack. Okay. Dust Up, gain 7 block and apply 1 knockback to adjacent enemies. Compose, target gains 7 block and draws a card. And then we have Amass, gain 3 force. So force increases impact damage by X. That's interesting actually. So that's like a buffing card. So they do have types down the bottom. We've got attack, skill, and a rune. We're going to take Volcanic Lance, I think. Oh, okay, so we do actually get the 15 gold as well. Right, let's check out the map. And just like every other game you ever see, we do have the pathing map, Slay the Spire kind of style. Obviously not as complex here. We have the 3 paths. Card removal for selected hero. What are these? Move shrines, which move card reward for selected hero. Choose an existing move card to replace. Oh, okay, right. We have an event to the right, an anvil for an upgrade of the card, and a card shop which is going to offer us cards, card upgrades, and card removals for gold. We have 140 gold, which at the start I doubt is going to be enough to do anything. Let's go to the anvil and see if we can't just upgrade something. Let's have a look at this. Upgrades a single card. Can we see what it will upgrade to? If I click on this, okay. So go from 13 to 16 damage. The block goes from 5 to 8. Lunge is 8 damage to 12 damage. It's not bad. Plus 4 damage there. Plus 3 on a clout standard attack. Okay, so it doesn't look like... I mean, the Stride Plus just means you can move for free. Doesn't use your mana up. What else do we have? Lightning Strike, we could do 8 damage with that. Spark did seem like a good card. It goes from 4 to 7 damage. Okay. And our block from 4 to 7. And again, step, just any increase to these movement seems to just decrease. Just seems to decrease the cost. So, what do we want to do here? I feel like the 13 damage for the Volcanic Lance isn't bad anyway. Blocking could be useful to upgrade that. I might actually upgrade the Spark card. Let's do this. Instead of 4 damage, we'll do 7. That sounds pretty good. We'll accept that. Okay, unknown combat, 1 additional card to choose from. Okay, so each of these enemies here, what are they going to do? So this one intends to block, so we don't have to worry too much about that. And then this one here, ranged attack and hazard, intends to do an aimed ranged attack at our Mystic. So our Mystic, we want to move them out of the way first. If we're able to do the Spark attack, that would be good. As well as a lightning damage, I think is probably not a bad idea. So it does look like we can move all the way up. We can get rid of this enemy straight off the bat. And we don't really need to do the block, I don't think. Because this is only going to reduce incoming damage for this turn. So we can probably end there. Okay, so they're going to do an AoE attack. They do have what looks to be 6 shield, I believe. So we have to do, first of all, we have to move out of the area here. And then secondly, we need to do about 30 damage to it. If I move Dragoon, are they doing an attack on a tile, or are they actually attacking a character and it's doing the area effect? I can't quite tell. I think we may have to see if we can move up to here. Okay, so it is a specific tile they're doing the area of effect to. Don't need the blocks. And this is not going to reach either, which is a shame. I guess we'll just end our turn. And then they're going to intend to do another block, but they now lose the previous 6 block they had, which is good for us. That's fine. This gives us a chance to get in close and do some damage. Now, I don't think the knockback is really going to do much for us. Oh, okay, so it knocks him back into nothing and then does additional damage. Okay. Alright. Nice and easy. So far, so good. They want to do range. Are we able to get out of the way at all? Not really. But we should have a kill this... Well, if we're lucky, we should be able to get a kill in this turn. We can apply that. We'll just attack with all the damage we can. And the knockback. Here we go. Alright, what card can we get here for our Mystic? So, we've got Hoarfrost. Deal 11 damage to enemies around ally. Purify cards in target's hand. So, Purify removes negative effects from a card. That sounds like it could become important. We do have the Radiant Burst here, which is the 8 damage in a flash. Random card in any hand, though. Any hand? I don't quite like the wording on that. Chilling Blast here. What do we have with this? Deal 7 damage, apply Mist to 1 random card in the user's hand. Mist is going to gain 4 block when card is played. So do we gain the block, or do they gain the block? In user's hand. I think that's us. And then we also have Incapacitate. Target loses 4 power this turn. Exhaust. Remove until end of the combat. That does sound useful. I'm going to try maybe the Chilling Blast. What's this? We've got a... Oh, okay, so we can actually see what the potential upgrade of the card would be as well. Okay, that's quite nice to see on this, because it would help you decide what's more worthwhile, I guess. I do like that they give you the opportunity to actually see what the potential is for them. See, this would then do 2 random. Apply flash to 2 random. That's not bad. It's actually quite interesting. I do want to try this Chilling Blast out, though. I think we take this. Okay, and then we have the move shrine. Select a hero, chooses a new move card and replace it. I think we'll go with Dragoon because he is going to have to be able to move up into the front line a little bit easier. So we could move to the target tile and gain 5 block. This has a range of 2. Or we can move to the target tile, deal 5 damage to all adjacent enemies. I kind of like that, heavy landing. Let's take that. And we can swap it out for one of these. If we can do damage while moving, that's actually pretty good. So we've got 3 more paths. Combat, additional card to choose from. We can heal up a hero here with the combat. I don't think we really need to. And then we also have a potion as a reward for this combat. This looks like we would have 3 enemies from what I can see here. I think we'd go for the card again. Oh, and I have just noticed over in this right hand corner we have a turn order as well. Okay, that's interesting. Are we going to be able to move out of the way anywhere? Not really. So I guess we move up. We'll have to block any incoming damage. So we will still take 1 damage from what I can tell. And then Dragoon's not going to take anything. So this enemy intends to move. If this unit dies, gain 35 gold. Unit will vanish after 3 turns. Okay, that's quite cool. I like that idea. So it's like an optional enemy that will grant you some sort of bonus for being able to kill that. That's a good idea. That makes things a little bit more interesting, actually. We have 3 turns to kill it. If we're able to move up, can we do a lunging knockback? There we go, we got it. We don't need the stone shield even though we ran out of mana anyway. Okay, I do like the idea of having special enemies like that. They did state that with the current state of the early access, there are, I believe they said something like 35 unique different battles that they've currently got in the game. Could be a little bit more than that. So basically they've said 35 plus unique battles, whether or not that's unique enemies or just unique setups for the battles. They do also have essentially 3 acts at the moment that they're going to play through with. Again, like you saw at the start, there's 3 characters as well. 3 acts mean 3 bosses. They mentioned there's going to be approximately 150 plus cards at the moment, which I'm guessing is approximately 50 cards per character, if not a little bit more. Also relics. Relics are a thing in this apparently. We haven't come across any yet, but again they said there would be over 65 different relics as well. So there is still a fair bit to it. They may have other things in mind as well, though. So this is okay. This deals 7 damage. So this I have to move. Is it? If I move to here, I think I moved to the wrong square. Okay, let's end our turn at that. We're going to take a fair bit of damage here. wasn't ideal. So they intend to block and buff. Let's get a knockback there. And we can get another 10 damage in here. I think that's all there is to do. So they do have, we've got to do like another 18 damage total to kill them. They did get a buff of 4 strength from what it looks like. That is not good. Let's get a knockback there with potentially, I guess we could go here. That seems to have done the trick. Okay, what card do we want? Target gains 7 block and draws a card. Provides 7 block to self and adjacent allies. That could be useful actually. Target gains 5 spike for the rest of combat. Spike will be deal X damage to attackers. And it says it's for the rest of the combat. Gain 4 masochist this turn and exhaust. So gain health equal to the amount of masochist when attacked this turn. Interesting. I think having these 2 cards combined would actually be kind of good. I'm a little bit torn. The stalagmites would be nice, but the Guardian Shout sounds pretty good as well. Having that extra block for our ally, that could come in handy that last battle. I do like the idea of the spikes though. What do we do? What do we do? Should we go... Let's go spikes. Why not? Right, and we have a relic chest as well. So let's have a look at this. Seashell. When this hero plays a 2+ cost attack, both heroes draw a card. I think Dragoon has the 2+ cost attacks. We may actually want to heal up, I think. This is going to be an elite combat though. Rewards are improved. Or we can do standard combat, 1 additional card. Or the combat for gold. Should we try out the elite? Why not, you know? For the sake of showcasing this, let's try this elite fight out and see how tough it is. Positioning on this is going to be important, I feel. The range is broken here, which is nice, that's good. They're going to go for the melee attack. And they do have a concentration bonus. When hit by a range attack, teleports to attacker and gains 1 power. Ooh, okay. So we can't necessarily range. Is it worth trying to get rid of... I think we might want to go up here. I was thinking about doing the knockback to get rid of them. But also the stalagmites could be good as well. Let's go stalagmites. That way we can get some damage in on the Spectre when we get hit. Can we actually use a block on them as well? Okay, so we can use our own cards on each other. And maybe we do a Spark Plus there. Oh, okay, that was not good. That just changed the target. We should not have done that. Ooh, okay. Uh, I regret doing that. That was a bad move. Bad move on my part. I instantly forgot that I shouldn't have attacked him. Completely changed the target. So that's unfortunate. If we do a heavy lunge here, maybe that could be useful. Or not the heavy lunge, but you know, heavy movement. You're getting attacked, and don't have anything to shield with. Maybe step back here. Oh, that's pure blockage for just Dragoon. I screwed up that last turn. That was not good. And we can't get out of here now. My bad, my bad. That really was not what I wanted. And then can we maybe... Is it worth doing this to take the brunt of the force back off? We cannot get out of the way here. I think we just end there. We played this so poorly. Alright, how else are we going to play this then? We got to do better than that. There's no way for us to really protect ourselves. All these barriers are on the sides. We could do, let's see, do 6 damage here. Get the block there. What was the range on these? Only 2 squares, right? I screwed that up as well. I should have just attacked this guy first before I moved Dragoon. Oh well. It happens. It happens. We are probably dead now. We are more than likely dead. There we go. Now I am curious what happens when you die. Revives. So the Ankh will revive fallen hero at the end of the battle. Okay. So that's not that bad. I think we just want to get rid of this guy. Now, we'll just do that. End our turn. Yeah, we could have easily done a lot better than we have. What was that? What bonus do we just get from that? I did not pay attention. Did that give us a card? Okay. And we revive with essentially half our health. Gain 9 max HP. So maybe put that on our Mystic. Heal our Mystic. Choose a card. Can do 11 damage, deal additional 2 damage per projectile card in any hero's deck. Okay, so they have to have this symbol here. It's interesting. We can also get Tailwind, which will gain 1 insight whenever target hero applies knockback. So insight's going to increase effectiveness of Flash and Mist. Okay. And then reinforce target gains 12 block and draws a card. The 12 block would be good. I think we need to take this, because clearly I'm not good enough to avoid damage. Okay, we have Elite Combat, Card Bloom, Card Reward for Random Hero, Trinkets Shop, and an event as well. I mean, I kind of wanted... I want to upgrade cards. That's what I want to do. So once it loads up, we can have a look at upgrading something. What's the Stalagmite upgrade? It would be 7 instead. This Lunging Thump was kind of good. Tempted to do that. Heavy Landing. Okay, so this is going to ignore all obstructions between hero and the target. That's kind of good as well. I can see a lot of use for some of this stuff. The movement does seem kind of important to upgrade for standard stride. I might just upgrade this lunging thump. Seemed to be kind of useful. Okay, this looks a little bit more complex. Alright, how are we going to do this? Turn order, they're going to be defensive. They've got a broken attack, and this mushroom is going to be destroyed. And then the skitterbug is going to move. Ooh, pristine. If this unit dies, its killer permanently removes a card at the end of combat. Yikes. Okay, that's not great. It's going to vanish after 3 turns. So we don't want to attack this skitter bug by the looks of it. So we can focus on everything else here. If I move up to here, we can get the volcanic lance hit in there. I can still step into this, right? This will do 7 damage here. I don't think we don't really need the block at this point, right? I mean, that's not much. There's not much point in doing this attack either. Yeah, there's literally no point in doing anything at this stage. We'll just end it there. Okay, so this one buffed up this one's defense. Everyone seems to kind of be on the defensive, except this one's going to be attacking Dragoon for 9. If I move... Can I move here? Can you actually move on to the enemies? I mean, we can try it. I mean, it probably doesn't really mean we need to, though. We could potentially kill you. Let's see what happens. So that doesn't impact back to the other enemy as well. So we killed that one, knocked it into this enemy here, and it did damage too, which was quite good. Now, I think we probably want to do our block for now. Let's move over one. And that may give us a chance to attack as well. Can't use that card. It's a bit of a shame. Can put another block here. And that should fully protect Dragoon. Ooh, okay, so this one actually teleported over to the other side of the map. Interesting. Ooh, what is this? Soul Fracture. Ethereal. This card will exhaust itself if it's in your hand at the end of turn. Okay, target gains 12 block and draws a card. I think we use... Do we use it on ourself? That way we get a lightning strike. We could go like so. That did next to nothing, so that was pointless. I might just get rid of this one. Soul Fracture, though. It's a curse. Okay, let's just end our turn and see what happens. I think the Skitterbug is gone now. Now we can focus down this one here. It's kind of like the only move we can really do. Right, that worked out well. Okay, what other rewards do we have? We have a burst out. Apply knockback until target suffers impact. Okay, so it would knock them back until I guess they end up with an impact from colliding with something else. So deal 3 damage on collision, right? And it increases by 3 per knockback amount. So say you were on one side of the map or the tiles and you did this and it knocked it back 1, 2, 3 before it hit the wall and got inflicted. There would then be 3 times, I guess, 3, so 9, plus, is that, so would it be 9 or 12? Deal 3 damage on collision, increases by 3 per knockback. So yeah, if you had knocked them back 3 times, that's 9 plus the additional 3 damage, so should do 12 damage. That's actually, that sounds really good. But you have to be right next to them, and you would have to be potentially quite far away or positioned correctly to knock them across the entire board, essentially. It's interesting. That does sound good, though. That could be quite useful. Okay, Dust Up. Gain 7 block, apply 1 knockback to adjacent enemies. Compose, 7 block, draw a card, and Brute Force is gains 2 force if there are adjacent enemies, and then it exhausts. I want to try this burst out. This could be really good. So the upgrade just means it's not exhausted. Actually, let's have a quick look at this Dust Up one as well. Apply 2 knockback to adjacent enemies. I'm going to try the burst out. I feel like there's like high potential for that. Okay, we'll check out this trinket shop, and hopefully we can find something worthwhile in there. Okay, so we have potions. We do have up to 3 potion slots here we could use. Force potion. Explosive barrel. Create an explosive barrel at target. When damaged, it will explode at the end of turn, dealing 15 damage to all adjacent units. That mixed with like a knockback into it could be massive. All heroes draw 1 move card that costs 0 energy. Draw 2 cards. Okay. What is this? Corruption removal. Oh, right. Sandbag provides 2 force. Gain 6 HP. 6 max HP. Hero restores 12 health when entering a campsite. Gargoyle statue. The first 2 plus energy cost attack this hero plays this turn is played twice. And then we have Iron Rod. When one of the hero's cards receives a Bane, so a Bane being a negative card status effect removed when battle ends, apply flash to 1 random card. I am thankful that we have not spent any money, because I'm going to get this gargoyle statue for Dragoon. It just makes sense. That should be pretty good. Okay, we can leave that. Do we go for the health? Or a potion? What do we want, guys? Health, card, or potion? We haven't tried any potions out, right? So I guess we go for this one. We'll try this out just for the sake of it. What is this? A sleepy mollusk intends to do something unknown. Okay, so everyone's going to be attacking Dragoon at the moment. Is there a way for me to set this up for the burst out? Trying to think of a good way to use these. What else could we do? What if we go game that, we get an extra card? Is there anything we can do with that? Not exactly what I was hoping for. I think we can get away with doing this. Excuse me. Okay. Well, that's all we can do. We'll see what happens. Not sure what this mollusk is doing. Let's put the stalactites, or stalagmites I should say, on. And we might also gain a shield. So they're going to try and attack me here. We could use a spark. If I step to here, are we still protected? I think we are. Okay, and then I think I can get a spark off here, maybe. And a ward. We'll just protect ourselves, just in case. We can't use the stride. Okay, we have no protection now. We need to get rid of these enemies fast. Okay, if I move here, is it worth killing you, maybe? Can't use this, unfortunately, which is a bit of a shame. Ooh, we might have to move over here, I think. You're going to do 16 damage, apparently. I don't see anything else we can really do here. Okay. I guess we can just end it. Not too bad, not too bad. We do get Purification, which is going to remove negative effects from a card. Alright, we get a Mystic Reward. Strategic Wager. Discard up to 3 cards from any hand, then draw as many cards. That could be useful. Cyclone. Deal 9 damage, apply 1 knockback to targets on the edge tiles. Move a random adjacent tile around selected unit. Oh, move to a random adjacent tile around a selected unit. Gain 1 energy. Ooh, that's good. Card Bloom. Card reward for random hero. Okay, so Dragoon can gain 20 block. Lunge 4, deal 5 damage and apply 1 knockback per tile. Dust up. Excuse me. Let's try the barreling charge. Sounds interesting. We have our campsite, and then I think afterwards we should be looking at our boss fight. I think we're going to have to go with the campfire and heal up Dragoon. It's probably the best bet for survival. Let's check out the boss now. So this here increases attack damage and gain 2 power, increase attack damage. Okay. So what if we went like so? They're going to summon something, and then they have travel. Whenever this unit teleports, it and allies gain 2 power. That is not good. Let's move up 1. And then Volcanic Lance is, I think, our next bet. So we've got 2 attacks in there, which was nice thanks to our relics. And we can't do anything else here. So they have summoned, what are these? Minion. Summoned and bound to Bone Shaman. Intends to do aimed range damage at the Mystic, and then you are going to block. So we don't care about you, we care about this thing here. Okay. Can we move? Ooh, we can't move there. We could move here though. I'd like to try this burst out. That wasn't too bad. Not quite the damage I was hoping for. I was hoping a little bit more, but that's pretty good. Okay, so we do have the Soul Fracture. If we use this Purifier, is that going to remove the Soul Fracture? No. Okay. I guess we have to block that. It's not really anything else I think I can do here. Okay. Let's move up. We could apply the stalagmites to the mystic, maybe. Gain a 4 block as well. And then spark. Can we protect ourselves by moving behind? No, it has to be a barrier that we move behind to protect ourselves. Ooh. Intends to do a global attack to all heroes. Okay, that's not good. That is really not good. Muck has given us a 35% damage reduction as well, which is also very unfortunate. Okay. I mean, I think I have to do this, right? Clout will give us another damage here. Four block, and then we'll just block both of them there. Get in whatever damage we can. Ooh, okay, that worked out pretty well. Volcanic Lance. That should be it. Victory is ours. Fantastic. So we unlocked an Ascension. Apparently there's also 10 Ascension levels in this. So that's interesting to see. Unlocks remain 1. Cool, so we did 150 tiles worth of travelling. 20 elite slaying. 50. Oh no, this is just points, is it? Points for it, not necessarily tiles or anything. Okay. Interesting. And then we unlocked some new cards as well. Eruption, Double Force. Rock'em Sock'em, add 1 knockback to all attacks. That's really cool. It is very expensive, 3. So you really have to use that maybe at the start of the turn, start of the combat. And then the Mystic also got Gale, which is 8 damage to enemies, deal 1 bonus damage per insight, and then Lucid Dream at the end of each turn, gain 2 insight. So there you have it. And there again is a list of what the early access is going to contain. Whether or not that is actually going to change slightly, who knows. They did say it's going to be released hopefully sometime this year anyway. But the demo is promising. I actually quite enjoyed that. So it'll be interesting to see when it gets fully released what it's like. But thank you for watching. If you enjoyed that, don't forget to subscribe, leave a like and a comment below, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Cheers. See ya.